Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? So I am pretty excited for this video because I'm going to be going into an alternate universe where I am very financially stable, and what I would do with that financial stability and like in regards to my channel. So basically, I don't know what got me thinking about this, probably watching James Charles videos because I feel like his videos are so absurd and like they're like a full production. I mean, I enjoy them nonetheless, but they are a full production. And I was just thinking to myself, and I'm like, what kind of videos would I do if I had like no budget? Like I could do whatever I wanted and put anything like basically into my channel. And that's a really fun like topic, daydream. Like for me personally, I struggle to sleep. Like even when I'm so tired, I lay in bed at night and I could just think for hours. Which is not a great thing, but at the same time I always end up like planning videos and thinking of different ideas when I can't sleep. And the other night I was really thinking about this when I couldn't sleep, and I ended up grabbing my phone and I jotted down all the different ideas that I had going on in my head. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember thinking this and that, and I kind of just put it all together. So basically this entire video is just gonna be me spilling my ideas, which is kind of nerve-wracking because I feel like normally ideas in general, like when you have a really good idea for a video, you kind of want to keep it to yourself. But I mean, I don't see myself being able to do any of these videos in the foreseeable future. So I just thought it would be a fun video to talk about and tell you guys what I think. And you can tell me what kind of videos you would do if you had absolutely no budget. I don't know, I just think it's fun to dream sometimes, even if those dreams are really unrealistic. So let's just go ahead and jump on into the videos I would do if I was a rich girl. I have to do it. I have to do it. Please don't judge me. I was actually in a play like years ago, like when this song first came out, and the whole idea behind the play was there was like 6 kids, and I don't know, I wanted to have money or something. I wanted something financial. And we like had to find the rainbow, and we had to find the pot of gold at the end, and the pot of gold had something that was like meaningful, that like was what we wanted, but it had like a bigger meaning. I don't remember exactly. All I know is that I had to sing this song in the play in elementary school. Okay, so my very first video idea, I feel like I could technically do this right now, but I won't. So my idea is, I think it would be really interesting to depot my entire eyeshadow collection and then group all of the eyeshadows up in like soft browns, soft oranges, like gold shades, and see how many of the same repeating shades I have gathered in my collection. I feel like that would be really eye-opening to kind of like the whole idea, like, oh, like I don't have it, or like it's so new, or you get caught in the hype and you forget what you already have. I don't know, I feel like that'd be so interesting to depot all of my eyeshadows and just like have like this mass project. But like I said, I would I would never do that because I love my eyeshadows. They're my babies. I love their packaging, I love their names, I love everything about my eyeshadow palettes. So I could not see myself doing that unless I could replace those eyeshadow palettes, which would obviously cost a lot of money. So if I could depot them all and then replace all the ones that I truly love, I could live with that. I'm not going to risk my eyeshadows for that video. So that's just something I thought would be really cool, especially because there was one time I went through all my palettes and I was like, okay, my goal is to find every single palette that has a cream shade, a warm brown matte like transition type shade, and a gold shade. And I think I had 50 palettes that have all those 3 shades. And I'm like, I'm so over those shades. Okay, so my next idea, I feel like I could technically do right now, like within my budget, but also I really don't want to have this as part of my budget. So my idea is that I have a series on this channel, which I do, No Drama Dupes, where I dupe a palette or whatever that someone would want to buy for a reason other than the makeup. And I thought it'd be really helpful if I could get my hands on whatever people don't want to buy. So it's kind of just like the mentality of like taking one for the team. Like if I could just get that, like overnight ship it, whatever, and be able to like get dupes right away, like the closest dupes possible. Because like my Huda Beauty Emerald Obsessions palette I did the dupes for, and I was really happy with most of them. like the mint shade. The mint shade I showed was even better than the one that is in the Huda palette, because the very next day I actually went into Sephora and I saw it for the first time, and there was so many shades that were not quite what I had duped them as when I saw them in person. So I feel like I love the No Drama Dupes series because it's like the whole idea behind it, and I can go through from my own collection. But if I did have like an unlimited budget for makeup and for putting back into YouTube, I would like to be able to buy whatever it is and then maybe use it once, sanitize it, and give it away to a women's shelter. Or if one of you guys would want to sanitize one that had been just swatched and maybe used once. I don't know. That's just, I'm asking like it's actually going to happen. It's not happening right now because, like I said, if it's something I don't want to have in my collection, like I really would be just buying for the dupes and then getting out of my collection basically. So that's another idea that I have. My third idea, this is one that I've had for a really long time, like years, and if I ever do really well for myself through YouTube, this is something I 100% want to do, like no matter what. So this is just an idea for a giveaway, and I think it would be so cool. I would love to see bigger YouTubers do this because I feel like they really could be able to do it. And it's basically just the idea of like doing a giveaway to help someone start a channel. And I think that would just kind of entail like a camera, a ring light, maybe like something to do a backdrop if that's not like, I don't know, I'm just thinking like a whole like setup, like what you could put together, like a YouTube starter pack, and maybe like some tips, maybe like helping like them figure out editing or something. I think that would be so cool to kind of have like, I guess like a big sister, little sister type of thing, and really take someone in and like teach them the whole like everything behind YouTube. Because now that I'm like where I am, not in numbers or anything, but just I've figured out so much on my own between editing and lighting and cameras, even though my lighting's still not perfect. But I think it would be so cool to have someone who like has more experience than you, who knows what they're doing a little bit more, to kind of take you in and say like, you know, just help you out. Or like if a brand like does something sketchy and kind of be like, no, don't do that, like trust me, like I know the warning signs, just to have all that different advice. I don't know, I would love to do that and have like a little sister channel. I don't know, I think that would be so much fun. And the way I think I would run the giveaway is probably just like the person would have to do a video of themselves, because obviously you'd want to have someone who will make the videos and will, like, I don't want to like do the whole YouTube starter thing for someone who's not going to make videos. So I think maybe starting off with a video with like your phone or something and kind of just showing your personality, why you want to start a YouTube channel. I don't know, it makes me so happy just thinking about it, because I would have, I don't know, I think I would have died for someone to have done that to me when I wanted to start my channel years ago. So that's like a huge goal of mine is to be able to do that one day. All right, so my next no budget video idea is I would love to do so many collaborations, but in person, like just to fly all over and to be able to collab with my friends from like in the internet and meet them and hang out and like do get ready with me's and shopping with them and stuff. Like I just, man, I would fly right to Kentucky and I would go visit April, probably first off. But so many of you guys, like my YouTube friends, like creators, or even like doing subscribers, like maybe going shopping together or lunch together. I don't know, I feel like that would be so cool to just have the budget to be able to fly all over. Of course, that's a little unrealistic with my life right now and having a child, because the idea of flying with him stresses me out. Oh my gosh, flying with a child, it's crazy. But I don't know, I think that would be so much fun. Seriously though, I would love that, especially like to fly to Sweden, maybe see Paulina, maybe see Angelica. I think that would be so much fun. So goals. All right, so I mean, I feel like that's like not even a really creative idea. I think everyone kind of has that idea, but it's just, I thought I would throw it in here since I'm doing a whole video on it. So my next one is so this is actually straight from James Charles, like I said, his extra videos. He did a video with Tarte, and it was like a Sephora sweep, and they like ran in Sephora and they like 90 seconds to like buy a full face of makeup, and like Tarte ended up spending like $500, which I mean, if she could afford that, more power to her. But I was like, the only place I could do like a sweep is like a Dollar Tree sweep right now. So I think that would be a super fun video idea. Totally unnecessary though. Totally unnecessary. That's not on the top of my list, but that'd be kind of fun to do like a drugstore version. I mean, it would be less expensive and also more, I don't know, I feel like you might be able to find more things, but also it would kind of be hard because so many things in the drugstore are not cruelty free. I don't know how to think about it. I have a few years to think about it, or a lot of years, or a decade. All right, so this next idea I've had in my head for a while also, and I want to do this one day. Obviously, that's the whole point of this video. So basically what I was thinking is I think it would be so interesting, even if someone else wants to steal this idea, is to see someone do a full face of makeup that they don't want. And the reason I say this is because I feel like we always see tutorials and stuff. And it's like, oh, I'm so excited about this. I'm so excited about that. And I get it. Like, obviously, you want to use what you're excited for. But I think it would be so interesting to see someone do a full face of makeup that they don't really care about and see if trying it and using it changes their mind. Because I've definitely had products where I was like, oh, I wasn't really wanting this. But then I got it and it like changed my life. And like it completely like, I fell in love with products that I did not necessarily want to begin with until I started using them. So I think that would be really, really interesting to do a full face of products you don't want or don't want to try. I don't know. I was thinking about the way that you would have to go about that. And I thought maybe if I went back through all my anti-hauls and chose the products that I was like least into, like maybe like some of those stupid like bronzer highlight blush trios where it looks impossible to use, maybe like try one of those, see what you could do with it. I don't know. I think that'd be really interesting. Or like the different weird brow products that have come out, maybe try that. I don't know, I just really like that idea because, you know, as much as you see reviews and swatches and like sneak peeks and whatever about a product, you don't know how you're gonna feel about it until you actually use it. So, all right. Okay, this is a really fun idea, and you guys are probably gonna hate me. Like, please stop talking about James Charles. But seriously, this is a video I could see him doing 100%. So what I was thinking of is I think it would be so interesting to see someone try and do their makeup like anti-gravity. Like, you know how the astronauts have like pretend things where they don't have gravity, and I guess you have to get used to it and whatnot, and you have to figure out how to do things with it. I think that would be so interesting and so cool to see someone do that. I think you'd have to have like some connections, you know, have to know some people in some high places in order to be able to film that video. But the reason I thought about this is because I watched a video on Facebook the other day of an astronaut. I think she was like crocheting or knitting in anti-gravity. She was showing how she does it in space, and I was like, I want to see someone do their makeup in space. I wonder if you would, well, obviously not actually in space, like that's not gonna happen, but I wonder if you would only be able to use powder products. If anything liquid would, you know, just go up in the air. So I'm really, really, really wanting someone to do that. Hopefully me, but it probably won't be me. I feel like that drives me crazy because it's like sometimes you have such good ideas and it's like you can't carry them through. Like I remember forever ago when everyone was doing all the different makeup challenges and I was like doing makeup in the dark. And then I was like, Amy, there's literally no way that you could do that unless you buy like some crazy night vision stuff. And I just waited and waited and waited, and then like 2 years later people did the idea. My last idea probably is the one I would be most excited about being able to do. Actually, I don't know. I'm really really excited about all these dream ideas. So the last one I think I would probably call Indie Makeup Spotlight for my channel, and the reason why is because I started an Instagram called Indie Makeup Spotlight, which I just hit 10,000 followers on there, which is crazy to me because I feel like it's so impossible to grow on Instagram. So it's just cool because I feel like the whole reason I started that Instagram was to give a spotlight to indie brands and to show sneak peeks and to just like show new releases and just to hype the indie products the way that the mainstream products are, because they deserve it. And I've learned about so many brands and I've hurt my bank account from starting that Instagram account, but anyways, I think I would take that same name, Indie Makeup Spotlight, and I would love on my channel to be able to do, I think it'd be really cool to do in person, like do interviews of the owners of different brands. Like if I were to meet like the owner of Divina or Amy Hearts Beauty or Glamlight, because she seems very sweet. I think her name is Gazelle, I think. Or Ritu, the owner of Enchanted Luster Cosmetics. I would love to go to Australia and come back married. Anyways, anyways, the whole idea, sorry, I got distracted by Australian men. I need a minute. Actually, I watched, if you haven't seen The Kissing Booth on Netflix, the guy, his name is Jacob Elordi, I think, and he's like the like hot older brother in the show. Actually, I should really look up how old he is. I'm sure he's older than me, but I looked him up and he's actually Australian, and I could kind of tell like his accent in some points, like I could tell that he was kind of faking an American accent, but he's really cute and he's 6'4". Anyways, I'm sorry. Let me just start over and explain again. So I would like to go meet the owners of different brands and do interviews and like talk about, maybe like ask them like what their best products are, their most unique products, how they started their brand, what they do on a day-to-day basis, maybe show like their like work area, what they're doing, how they sort out their orders, all the ins and outs of each individual indie brand. I think that would be so cool to do like indie makeup spotlight and to be able to go and interview them and just learn the backstories of indie brands, because like recently, like I've seen it on Instagram, like whenever I've seen a few different indie brands do like they do like the questions and people ask them like, you know, why did you start a brand, and you read about it and it's always like so heartfelt and like so sweet, and like the like backstories just make me so happy to like, I don't know, it's the thing with indie brands again, like just, you know, you're supporting like real people and real families and like just people doing their absolute best. I just love indie brands, so that would make my heart so happy to be able to do that, like maybe like once every few months, to spotlight a different indie brand and, like I said, go through their products, highlight them, and like see the whole collection, and maybe see like if I'm sure that they have like a vault, and like do like the very first, like what they first came out with compared to what they have now. I don't know, I have so many ideas about that, and I think that would be so much fun to do, and also like as a viewer to see that and see all the background behind the different brands, and I think it'd be really good exposure. So that's my ideas. That's all of them for if I had lots of dinero. I don't know how to say it without being awkward, because it's not like I'm like sitting here like, oh, I wish I was rich, I wish I had money. Like, I don't think about money all the time or anything, but I've definitely kind of, you know, every once in a while I'm like, what would I do? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, it's something a little bit different for me, but this was actually so much fun to film. I'm still thinking about Australian men, so I'm gonna go think about Australian men. The realities of being single for 2 years. I don't want a relationship. Ew. Actually, you know what, I'll say this really quickly. I feel like I've gotten questions about like how I do so much and like YouTube and everything, and I feel like a lot of it is that I'm like, relationships are an infection, a disease, and I do not want to be contaminated. So I feel like I have so much extra time because all my time is either spent on me or my son. I don't have to worry about anybody else. So like, that's why I like have so much time for YouTube, because I don't even care about a man right now unless they're Australian. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.